Hey, what's up everybody? This is Zach with Car Talk with Zach, and this car does not take much of an introduction, but take a look at this 2020 Shelby GT350. Now, if you've been following my YouTube channel, you know I just reviewed a Mustang Mach 1 and absolutely loved that car. Now, that car had a 10-speed automatic, which, you know, I was kind of 50-50 on. I probably wish it had been a 6-speed manual, but that automatic was really quite impressive. You know, and Laird Noller happened to have this Shelby GT350 that they traded on sitting in the showroom floor, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a back-to-back comparison of the Mach 1 and the GT350, or at least review them back and forth. Now, I have reviewed a Shelby GT350 before, but that was before I had my GoPro and before I started doing YouTube content. You can see that. I'll put the link to that review in the comments here on this video, but in the meantime, I'm going to do just a quick walk around of the GT350, and then I really want to just spend my time behind the wheel of it. So again, this is the 2020 Shelby GT350. Incredible color. I love the bright red color, the black racing stripes. Man, this thing looks so sinister. It is absolutely insane. So coming around to the front, you've got this honeycomb grille, breathing so much air into this engine. This is a 5.2 liter Voodoo V8, high revving. It's just an incredible engine. This car will rev to over 8,400 RPM, and honestly, its sweet spot is between 4,000 and 88,000 RPM. This thing screams. There's so much low-end grunt, but when you hit that 4,000 RPM, this thing turns almost into, it starts to sound less of like a Ford V8 and more like a Ferrari. This, I'm telling you, and you'll hear it here in just a few minutes, it is just incredible. This car is spec'd with basically track-ready tires. These are Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s, and very high-end tire for you know, performance car, and this one is just that. You see the nice big rotors and Brembo brakes. This thing stops next level performance, brake performance. I mean, next level. Everything about this car is next level. So coming around, I like the black roof and the black rear mirrors, black wheels. Like I said, the red and black is just stunning in this car. I do like the rear wing. I mentioned in the Mach 1 video that the Mach 1 did not have the track package, which would give you a big wing. I like this one. It looks really good on this car. So just kind of coming around, pardon my shadow there. You know, it's basically a Mustang, but it's got, you know, it's got the goods. It's got the stuff that you want in a performance Mustang, and I think this thing looks so sick. I have loved this car. I've loved this engine, and you'll be pleased to know that this one is optioned with the 6-speed manual. You have to get that in the GT350, and it's one of the best transmissions of all time. It really is. So enough of that. Let's crawl inside, and I'll show you a little bit about what makes the GT350 so special on the inside, and then we'll go for a little spin. So straight up, I love these Recaro seats with the suede inserts. Very comfortable, very supportive. You've got the GT350 embossed in the seats, but these are nice suede material, kind of keeps you, you know, planted in the seat. That suede also follows through inside. The full steering wheel is suede, except for the very bottom, and there's a little leather top center point, so you know where your center point is. Up here, you've got the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Of course, GT350 badging. You got your chassis number. More suede on the door. All in all, basic Mustang. You know, well appointed. You've got heated and cooled seats, everything. It's a very comfortable vehicle. There's that incredible Tremec 6-speed manual transmission. This thing is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's such a good transmission. So I'm going to pull the door around and start it up for you, and we'll let it run for a second. So this one, just like the Mach 1, does have dampers in the exhaust. There's just 2 stages. So you've got normal, and then you put it into sport mode, and oh, it sounds so good. to 8,400 RPM. It's just an incredible vehicle. So enough of hearing me talk. Let's take this thing out, get it revving, let it breathe, and show you what it'll do. All right, buckle up for safety. We'll go for a little spin. So I mentioned this 5.2 liter V8. Voodoo is kind of its code name, Voodoo Ford engine. This car produces 526 horsepower at 8,400 RPM. I mean, this thing is an absolute rocket ship. It's just next level compared to the Mach 1 that I just reviewed. Everything about it. It's just even more track focused than that car, which is track focused. You just have fewer modes because it's sitting. It's basically track ready. It's sitting in a pretty good setting to be aggressive enough to go track it. I'll rev it out here and let you listen to it. Listen to this thing. Just listen to it. My God. I'm telling you, those high revs, man, are just, this thing just screams. The car is just dying for traction. This one even more so than the Mach 1 could be dangerous, especially with these tires. This is a very aggressive tire tread, and would be. It's got a ton of lateral grip, but man, when you're really screaming through the gears, it's looking for that grip. But God, this thing, it is, like I said before, it's got so much low end grunt. But when you get high into the revs, and that's what this engine is made for, you just listen to that low end grunt. Oh, it sounds so good. But then when you get into the high revs, it's just, oh, this thing is, it is such a nice car. Now this specific example, like I mentioned, was traded in. It only has 1,500 miles. It is available. Laird Noller Ford, L-A-I-R-D Noller, N-O-L-L-E-R, Laird Noller Ford here in Lawrence, Kansas. The owner traded this in on a GT500. So, you know, if this wasn't enough car, he went up one more notch, and I'm glad he did, because it gave me the opportunity to bring it to you. Get a little air in here. It's a nice warm November day today. Engine and exhaust are just so perfect for each other. It's going onto the highway here in front of a cheaper Mustang. Anyway, you know, when you drive the Daddy Rabbit, this is right below the Daddy Rabbit GT500. It's hard not to look down upon just about everybody else on the road, and it does. This car gets so much attention. Everybody knows. I think it's the color and the stripes and just the stance, that Shelby Cobra badge. You know, I think people know this is a legitimate Mustang. Driving along the highway, very comfortable. I mean, this car is stiff. You're feeling the bumps and things, but it's. I don't feel like I'm being abused. The seating bolsters are very tight. I mean, I'm sitting in this thing. It's holding me dead in place. There's not a lot of space for me to move around, but you know, when you're driving this thing pretty aggressively and throwing it around, that's welcome. I'm okay with that. It's quiet in that I'm not hearing a lot of wind noise, but that engine, there's nothing quiet about this engine and that exhaust note. But yeah, I mean, it's a comfortable car. Got heated and ventilated seats and climate control and a navigation system here, and you know, this is a very, very nice Mustang and an excellent sports car that does have very special pedigree. It is phenomenal. Just listen to this thing, man. Into the gas and just shift through the gears. You don't have to let off the gas. I'm not doing that. This car is obviously not mine. This is a dealership car. I want to respect that. I want to respect the person that's going to buy this car, and I don't want to abuse it too much. But you can actually leave your foot dead on the floor and shift right through these gears. This transmission is phenomenal. There is never any guess which gear you're supposed to be in. The shifter just falls right into place, basically feeding your hand to where it needs to be. Also, I love on the windshield, I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but the rev, you're seeing the rev in the reflection of the windshield. There's like a little orange LED strip. As you get further and further into the power band, it's shining up on the windshield. Come to a stop here and let it rip. Combination of brute power and the sound. I know I just keep coming back to the sound, but the sound of this car, my lord. Oh God, and just the power of this car is outrageous. Outrageous. This thing, everything I said about the Mach 1, this is next level from that Mach 1. It is tremendous. I love this car. Like I said, I've done a full review on a GT350. That was a 2018, I believe, GT350, and it was every bit as good as this car. These are just such special cars. You just don't see them. They're so rare and so special, and I feel so privileged to be able to actually get behind the wheel of one 2 times now. And thanks to Larry Noller for letting me and trusting me behind the wheel of these amazing vehicles. You know, you're into Corvette money now. I was kind of texting with my uncle yesterday. You know, this is Corvette money, but I mean, I'd take this over a Corvette. You'll see 100 Corvettes before you see another Shelby GT350, and that to me is better. I know the Corvette's probably faster, especially the new Corvette. That's fine, you know, honestly, that's fine. This car gives you an emotion, a different feeling. I feel one with this car. It's just such a machine that, you know, it needs your input as much as you need its input, and that is a beautiful marriage that not a lot of cars can give you. It's hard to explain, but you know, sure, you can drop $77,000 on a Corvette, but I just don't think it's going to give you the real emotion that you're going to get in this car. I don't think it's going to give you the attention that you get in this car. It's telling me I've got 50 miles to empty, so it's thirsty. It is thirsty, but also I haven't been pussyfooting it around either, so yeah, trying to think what else I want to say. I mean, again, just like the Mach 1, you have fewer choices, but you do have choices. Dampers, normal and sport. Steering, comfort, normal and sport. And then you've got the active exhaust, like I mentioned. I've been in the sport exhaust since I started the video, just because it's just more enjoyable. The only time I would put it in normal mode is depending on my passenger and just maybe coming out of the neighborhood out of respect. It's loud. Zero body roll. No body roll whatsoever. This thing stays flat as it can be. I'm in sport all the way around right now. Sport steering, sport dampers, and sport exhaust. So short of turning the traction control off, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to end up on YouTube for any other reason than doing a quality car review. I don't want a video of me crashing out. But yeah, this thing, I really love this suede steering wheel. It's nice and thick, and you know your hands. It's comfortable to sit in and drive. I like this leather center point too. If you're into performance cars, a lot of high performance cars have this center point, or like a red, like the Raptor has this red leather center point. Just, when you're driving kind of aggressive, you want to know where the center of your steering wheel is. So digital speedometer just can't keep up. It doesn't go up by 1s or 2s, it goes up by 8s and 10s. It just can't keep up. This car is so fast. I think 0 to 60, really low 4s, really low 4 seconds in this GT350. Kind of on a bumpy road now. You can see me kind of bouncing around. Again, I'm in sport mode, so this is basically about as aggressive as this car can be. So it is going to be bumpy, but yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. It looks good sitting beside that Mach 1 last week, but this is everything about this car is more than that Mach 1. Speak enough about this transmission. It is so easy to throw. It's been a little while since I drove a manual transmission car, any car, and they say it's kind of like riding a bike, but this one just makes it so much easier to know which gear you're supposed to be in. It goes right there. The clutch feel is heavy but natural. Everything about this is just right. If I were going to buy this car, I'm trying to think between the two Mustangs that I just recently reviewed, the Mach 1 and this car, which one would I rather have on the track? And without taking either one of them on the track, it's hard for me to answer. This one is very special, but I know that the automatic is faster, quite frankly, so I don't know, it's hard to say. Oh, just listen to it pop and gurgle. Can you hear that? As I'm coming down back through the lower RPMs. I think that's about what I've wanted to do and what I wanted to say. I didn't want to do a crazy long video review, but I did want to share this GT350 with you. If you like it, please comment, please share, help me build the Car Talk with Zach brand. This is fun for me, and I hope it's good for you too. So thanks for tuning in.